Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Wednesday, the 18th day of the month of September, 2024, Wednesday of the 24th week of the year, the 24th week in Ordinary Time, and I have made it to Wrightsville Beach. Finally, after this fantastic adventure, I've made it to Wrightsville Beach. Blockade Runner right over there. That's where Preach Retreat is happening. And then right behind me, I think, there's the sun. You can see the cupola, or you can see the cross, I think. I think it's over there, of St. Therese Church here in Wrightsville Beach, where I had, in between pastors, I had gotten the opportunity to kind of be pastor for a while there, so that was kind of nice. But here at last, sunrise has happened already. Surfers are out and coming in from the ocean over here. Calmer oceans, calmer seas. You can see though the water came all the way up here during the storm, so it was again it was bad here, but not as bad as it is in Brunswick County. So those of you who are familiar with Brunswick County in the Carolinas, please pray for everybody there. Please pray for everybody on Bald Head Island because there's limited departure from there. They have been stuck there since the storm came on Sunday or Saturday night into Sunday, and so supplies running low in some places, but water is still everywhere there. So please keep them in mind, and all of my friends that are there in the community that is there. That is a wonderful community on Bald Head. So remember them. Everybody who's in Brunswick County, Southport, those areas, still very much affected by all the flooding and everything else that keeps happening because of all of this unexpected storm without a name, just tropical cyclone heat. But on this day in Ordinary Time, we are given one of the most beautiful of St. Paul's passages in this first letter to the Corinthians. Again, and this is the one that is used at most weddings as the second reading, or the reading before the gospel if there's only two readings, and that is the reading about love. Again, what is love? You know, you can do all kinds of things in this world. You can seek all kinds of greatness in this world, but if you do not love, then you are nothing. You are nothing but a noisy gong, a clanging cymbal, whatever it is. That love is the thing that binds us together. Now, again, this is coming from Paul, again, the one who said, wives, obey your husbands, and things like that. The one who does not give good relationship advice, all of a sudden seems to get it right when it comes to the understanding of what love is and what love is capable of. And perhaps, again, this is a realization that happens in Paul's own life. You don't know much about him. You don't know much about his personal life and what happened. Did he know love? Was he hurt by love? Were there all kinds of things that went wrong in his life? But this mission of Christ and this encounter with Christ that he has, does this open up a whole new awareness and a whole new reality of what love can be for him. And so now he shares this with the church at Corinth. And again, this sense in which, love is the greatest of all actions that human beings can perform, can put into action, and at the end of it all, that love is the thing that never dies, because love created all things, and love is God, and God is love, and God is undying, so love can never die. Important for us to remember, always, especially in those situations in which we have seemed to hit rock bottom, we are destitute, we are yearning for something, nothing is happening the way that we thought it would, and we find ourselves alone and abandoned. We must remember love. We must remember love always and everywhere. Remember love. That is what makes us who we are called to be as human beings, as creations of God in this world. In Luke's gospel, again, we have a counter to that. It's in some ways, again, because it's not about love, but it's about wanting to be entertained. That Jesus is saying in Luke's gospel, most people are attracted to him, or the Pharisees and the scribes are attracted to him. It's because they want to be entertained, and because Jesus is doing more than entertaining, they don't want that more. They just want the entertainment. It's just like children yelling to each other across a playground or whatever it is, taunting each other and not really accomplishing anything, because their lives are just basically taunts after taunts after taunts. That is not the way to receive the word of God. That is not the way to receive what it is that God is calling us to do. Either you realize what God is calling you to do, you realize what God is doing in our midst, or you don't. And it isn't about basically saying, do this and we'll believe, or do that and we'll believe, because they won't. All they want to be is entertained. Sometimes, again, in our own way of thinking, because we want God to perform all these miracles, it is because we want God to entertain us, and nothing more than nothing that. And when God challenges us to not give up on love, to forgive with everything that we are, to be merciful, all these kinds of things, again, that Sermon on the Plain says that we should do and that we should be. Anytime that challenge is put before us, then basically we taunt God in saying, that's not really what we want, that's not what's going on, that's not what is going to make us whole or full or whatever it is. But yet it is. Those are the things that demonstrate the power of God in our midst, the presence of God in our lives. It's when we hold on to the challenges that God presents us and not just to the entertainments. A blessed day, St. Francis and people of God. Again, continue to pray for Brunswick County, for Bullhead Island, and for these priests who are here on retreat. May the Lord give you his peace.